Maintenance is such a big part of bonsai. The destination is not what we are aiming for, the journey is. If I'm gonna be honest with you, there is no final destination. This episode is gonna be about pruning, removing wire, and maintenance overall. The same thing that we have to do every year. Check it out. It's time for the Plecanthus ernsti. I bought this from one dude in the Bonsai Society of Sweden. It looks very promising and it looks very interesting. I think by nature that they get pretty fat bottoms, but I do notice something that I want to show you, and I think it's pretty odd. If you look carefully at the base of the branch here, you can see that it has inverse taper. Now that's pretty strange if you ask me, and it's the same thing with every branch. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. Yeah, pretty much everywhere. I don't know if they grow like that, but that's not an attractive feature for bonsai. I really hope with time and age and proper growth that will change. My plan for this one is just to cut everything down to the first fork on every branch, dividing into two. These guys are very easy to root and to propagate, so if you want more of them, just take a little piece of this and put it in the soil, mix it with some good drainage, and you will have a little mini bonsai in practically no time. I think we are gonna use my concave cutter and just make a nice flush cut somewhere around here. This one is coming off. Next material is a young but still promising material, that's a mugo pine. I get a lot of questions, and my friends also who does bonsai gets a lot of questions about when is the right time to prune down a pine candle, whether it's a white, black, mugo or Scots pine. When the candle has begun to elongate in the midst of May or in the end of May month, you should cut it down to the right height and you will get a new flush, a new set of growth going. That's basically a general rule for all pines in development and training as bonsai. Of course, you can also pinch these shoots. If they are a little bit more immature and a little more fleshy, you can pinch them, but these has actually started just to harden off, so that's why I'm using my scissor and I'm gonna cut them. As you can see here, I'm not getting any buds here. This is just green needles producing, so this won't produce any bud for me this year. I'm getting one here, one here, one here, and one here. I'm actually getting two here, I think. And then next year I can remove these needles when that new growth has matured. Tip of the day: if you have a lot of ficus, it propagates and roots very easy in just pure water. The most important part is to have warmth and to have sunshine. I'm gonna remove some dead leaves to start with here. Overshaded leaves that the tree actually pushed out to begin with this spring, but the sun rays haven't quite managed to make them survive. I always take a good look at the tree before I decide where to cut. I think you all can see that it's very overgrown, and that's a good thing. The thing with Syringa lilac is that many people assume that they will always bloom, like the ones you have in the ground, for example. The fact is that if the tree is being put under a bit of stress, like a repotting for example, or being lifted from the ground to another place, being cut down severely, it will respond with not pressing out bloom or flowers. This is in the end of May, not one single flower. The conclusion we can draw from that is it's not dangerous. This tree just needs more time to develop more flowers. Every cut you do, you will aim for that cut to sprout out in two. I will always aim for the number 2 on every branch. So one branch will always grow to 2. Like that. So on one fork you get another fork, and on that fork you get smaller forks, and so on and so on and so on. That goes for any trimming or any pruning in general. Try to always make sure that you have forks, like a V form. It's very simple to remember if you ever hesitate on what you're actually gonna do. For all of you guys wondering, I actually bought this tree exactly 1 year ago. So I bare rooted it and I put it in a bonsai training pot. So remember, this material is only 1 year old in training. I'm just gonna remove some old roots that's dead at the base here. This that I got right here is a fly fishing tool, and I can highly recommend that because they are very cheap and they are very good for picking up small things with, junk and small roots, small substrate particles, and very good also to remove wire with, very small wire, and to hold wire with. And the best part is that here you have a lock, which means that you can lock it. So you can hold on, grab onto something, and then lock this in place. When you're cutting wire like this, you can always cut with a slight angle and a little pull. That helps to release the wire and does not harm your tree as much as well. something like that. I need your help to grow, so let's grow. Spank that subscribe button, hit and smash that like button. I will see you next time. Mwah! Thanks for watching.